Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be looking at Amazon ads again, and we're going to do a quick brief follow-up to the previous video I did, link above, about the auto ads I set up on one book about 6 weeks ago, just over a month ago. And then we're going to be looking at the manual ads, how to set up your manual ads, the keywords and the product manual ads. So if you're interested in putting ads on your books, making more sales, getting your organic rankings boosted, then make sure you watch the whole video. Now, if you haven't been here before, my name's Paul Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it, grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you do like videos like that, then give it a thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell to receive notifications of when I do more videos like this. So let's go straight over to the Amazon ads campaign dashboard, where we'll have a summary of the ad that I put on just over a month ago. Now you can see from the graph here the sort of orangey brown line are the sales, and you can see at the beginning just getting the odd sale here and there, and then halfway through this month sales started to increase and coming on a regular basis. The occasional day when there was no sales, but on the whole we tended to get a sale most days, which is very encouraging. And I think the reason for that is that over time Amazon itself with the auto ads is learning what keywords to associate with your books and also what products to put your book on as one of the sponsored listings to see what works. And over time, when it starts getting impressions, clicks, sales, then Amazon then tends to put your book in front of the targeted audience more, and with that you tend to make more sales. So now if we go and look at the statistics, so we've had over the last 30 days quite a lot of impressions. 26,638 impressions is good, with 185 clicks, and that's a click-through rate of 0.69%. It's not the best click-through rate I've had on my products, but it is above 0.5%, which is usually the target that I go for. Now, if you notice in the last video, I think the click-through rate was around about 0.37%, which was at the point where I was thinking, should I stop the ad or not? But I just decided to keep it going for a bit longer, and I'm glad I did, because not long after that, sales started to come in and the click-through rate improved also. Now you can see in the last 30 days I spent $32 on ads, had 17 orders. Now one order doesn't equal one sale because I've worked out the number of sales were actually 21. So 17 orders, 21 sales, because some of those orders are for more than one book. And total sales of $146.79, which equates to royalties of $45.60. So I've spent $32.22 to make $45.60. So making a profit overall. And as you can see, the all-important number when you're monitoring your ads is this ACOS number. And that's the spend divided by the sales. And at the moment it's 21.95%. which means I'm making a profit with this campaign at the moment. Normally the break-even ACOS figure is about 28%. Now, as I mentioned before, my aim with my ads is not just to make money. The main reason I put on ads is to get the bestsellers rank of my book reduced, and also to get those important reviews, so that I'll start to get organic rankings for my book, and then eventually I'd like to switch off the ads completely and my book will rank organically on Amazon, and I'll just make money without spending money on any ads. Now I just want to have a quick look just to give you some figures. Now halfway through May I stopped all of my ads, and I wanted to see what the organic sales would be. Now in this month alone, for the, let's see, there were 3 books that continued to make organic sales, and in this last month alone, without any ad spend, those organic sales amount to around $480. So prior to me putting on ads on those books, I was making nothing at all on those books. They weren't making any sales at all. I put ads on them. I kept the ads going for about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. I was just about breaking even on them. Some of the ads I was making a slight loss, but then when I switched them off, because they'd got a decent bestsellers ranks, they had a sales history, and the reviews had come in, they then started to make the organic sales. So that's $480 or so in organic sales off those 3 books. So that's excellent. So it's well worth doing. So now let's get on to the all-important creating the manual ads. So go over to the dashboard and we'll click on Create Campaign, this orange button here. And then we've got the choice of sponsored products or lock screen ads. We want sponsored products, so we click on there. Now, I called this campaign Untitled 6.99 because that's how much I'm selling a book for, $6.99. And I'll call this Manual. Now, you can put the book into a portfolio, so you could group all your ads for a particular book or niche into one portfolio. I'm going to leave that for the moment. We're going to start that today. I'm going to put the daily budget as $5 like we did last time. We don't know how much this is going to cost, so that's a good figure to start with. You can increase that if you find that you're making sales and you're going over your daily budget. Now, last time we ticked automatic targeting, but this time we're going for the manual ads, so tick manual targeting. And the campaign bidding history, as before, we're going to click the dynamic bids down. I don't want to use fixed bids because I want Amazon to be able to adjust the price or the price that I'm bidding downwards. And I don't want to click the dynamic bids up and down because I want to have more control over how much I'm spending. Because if you click the dynamic bids up and down, Amazon can actually increase the amount you pay for bid over your sort of target amount, and I don't want that. I want to have a bit more control. So the good thing about the down only bids is that you're basically setting the maximum you're going to pay for a bid, so you are a bit more in control. And also, if there's less competition for that ad space, Amazon will actually reduce the amount you spend per click. And we'll keep the ad format as custom text ad, which we'll show you in a moment, which is where we can put in a few lines, a few sales lines. I don't know how important that is actually. Now, if you are interested, just as a side note, I'll leave a link down below to 2 Amazon books which I highly recommend, which is what I read to learn about how to do Amazon ads effectively. So now we scroll down and we've got our products. Now here, which I've had to blank out, will be a list of all your books. So what you can do, if you've got lots of books, then you just put in here the title of the book or a keyword for your book or the ASIN number. So for this example, we're going to use mileage logbook because I've got a couple of mileage logbooks for sale. So I'm going to put that in there, click on enter, and it will give me a list of my mileage logbooks. So the one you want to put an ad on, you just go to that book and click on add, and it will move it over to the right hand column, as we can see here, but unfortunately again it has to be blanked out. Then if we scroll down the page a bit further, we come to this important box, which is targeting. Now we've got 2 types of manual ads we can put on our books. One is keyword targeting, where we give Amazon the keywords that we want our book to appear in the search results. And then there's product targeting, where you can tell Amazon what books you want your sponsored listings to appear on. And I'll show you an example of that in a moment. But at the moment, we're just going to stick to the keyword targeting. Now you can see here, we've got our keyword targeting box. And Amazon has suggested some keywords for us already based on the book that we've chosen. What I suggest you do is do some keyword research. Use the keywords that you're putting in your 7 keyword boxes that you put in your title, and make a list of those keywords that you would ideally like your book to be ranked for. So if you want, you can go to these keywords that Amazon is suggesting and just click on the add button like so, and it'll move them over to the right hand side. And then you'll see here, this will be the suggested maximum bid that Amazon is suggesting. Now here we've got $1.22, which is quite high. You don't need to stick to that. You can change that yourself to 20 cents and just click on save. So it might mean that your book doesn't appear as much, in which case you'll find out that you won't get many impressions. But what you can do, if that's the case, you can slowly increase your bid amount. So you've got your keyword list. So the other option you've got is to go to enter list, or if you've got them in a file, you can go to upload file if they're in a sort of Excel spreadsheet. But I usually find just the enter list is the one to go for. Now when you start to write in your keyword, now my main keyword is going to be mileage logbook, which is the one that I would like my book to list for. And you can see Amazon is again suggesting some keywords for you. So you could use those as well as the ones you've got on your list. And basically you would just go down and enter your keywords like so. And I'm going to choose one of those that Amazon is suggesting. So let's go mileage logbook for taxes. And then when you've got your list in there that you want for your keywords, you just click on add keywords. Now a little suggestion, and I've done my ads two ways. One is I've put in a whole load of keywords, and the other thing that I've done is just put in, half a dozen more targeted keywords. Really those keywords that are focused on the title of the book, the keywords you've used in the subtitle. And that way it means your ad spend will be less, and you can increase the bid on those fewer keywords to make sure you get good ad positions and therefore get those all important impressions and hopefully clicks. The other way, you are spreading yourself very wide, and you've got a chance of picking up some keywords that you may not have thought of, but also your ad spend can get quite high without you actually making or getting any clicks and making any sales. And at the end of the day, I want my book to rank for the keyword that I put in the title and the keywords I've used in the subtitle. So those, when I'm doing manual ads, those are the ones that I'll tend to just use for my keywords. But the choice is up to you. Now, what I didn't do is this little thing. So I'll put in the keywords again. So mileage logbook and mileage logbook for taxes. And we've got these three different match types. And we've got broad, phrase and exact. And these determine when our ad appears. So with exact, if someone puts in mileage logbook, that's the only time that my ad would appear. For phrase, it can be if someone's put in your keyword but a different word at the beginning of the keyword or a keyword at the end of the keyword. So that could be something like black mileage logbook or mileage logbook for work or black mileage logbook for work, i.e. you've got additional words at the front and the back, and Amazon will do that automatically for you. You don't have to put in those extra words that people may put in. So your book will appear for more keyword phrases. And broad is very similar to phrase, but also with the addition of words within the keyword. So that could be something like mileage tax logbook. So if someone put in mileage tax logbook and you've just got the keyword mileage logbook in your campaign, but you've ticked on the broad, then it would appear for that also. So broad, you'll get your book appearing for more keywords, phrase slightly less, and exact even less, because those will just be the keywords that you're focused on. And I must admit, I do prefer, again, for the similar reasons that I mentioned earlier, I prefer the exact, because initially I did have broad, I did have phrase, I did have exact, and it was the exact keywords tending to make me more money with a lower ACOS, and it was ranking for making my book rank for those more important keywords that I would focused on in my titles and subtitles. But all you need to do, if you want to go for all three or just one or two, just click those boxes like so and just click on add keywords, and Amazon will put them over into this right hand column, and you can see again we've got suggested bid, and they've automatically populated that in the boxes on the right hand side. So you can change those yourself. So you could just go through and, if you just wanted to stick to 20 cents and click on save. And as I said, with the keyword targeting, I tend to bid higher than my normal minimal bid of 20 cents. And often if you've got fewer keywords and say you're just going for the exact, then what I would do is just go for that suggested bid, but keep a close eye on it that your ad spend isn't getting too high, because you often find that Amazon will actually reduce your bid amount. So even though, say for this one here, mileage logbook for taxes phrase, we've got 64 cents as our maximum bid, you'll often find that it'll still appear for 15 cents, 20 cents. That's just the maximum. But if you are, starting out a bit unsure, just decrease your bid amount in these boxes and then just increase them slowly if you're not getting those impressions. And the next thing as we scroll down that we can see here is a negative keyword targeting. Now if you did watch my last video, you will know that when I was looking at my keywords that my book was ranking for, there was a particular keyword where I was getting impressions and clicks but no sales. So I was losing money on that particular keyword. So what I did was I went to the negative keyword targeting list and I put that keyword in there, which told Amazon that I didn't want my book being shown for that particular keyword. So you can do that here yourself. Now early on you may not have any negative keywords that you want to target, but as the ad ages and you find you're getting some words that you're getting impressions, you're getting clicks for but no sales, you may want to add those words to this list so that you're not wasting money, you're not wasting those impressions. Then if we scroll down the page further, we've got this creative bit, which is where earlier I said about the ad text. So you could put in something like the best mileage logbook ever. Okay. And then when you're happy with that, you can click on launch campaign. So that will be your keyword targeted ads. Now there's one more manual ad that I want to discuss with you. So we're going to look at the manual product ads, which are one of my favorite types of ads. They appear to be, or they seem to be quite successful. And so we set up our manual product ad. So I've just put in the campaign name untitled $6.99 product. Again, daily budget $5, and this time I want to click on manual targeting. And campaign bidding strategy, leave that as dynamic bids down only. Then when we scroll down, we've got the custom text ad like I just mentioned before, and you can write sort of a simple sentence, a sort of sales sentence like the best mileage logbook in the world, which is further down on this page. Then we put in our keyword into products or ASIN number of the book we want to advertise and click on add, move that over to the right hand column. Then we scroll down further, and this time instead of checking the keyword targeting box, we check the product targeting box. Now here it's got a default bid of 75 cents. You can change that if you want, so we'll change that to 20. Now you've got these category bids. I don't do these at all, and I haven't done. What I have heard though is that you can get lots of impressions and you might get lots of clicks but not as many sales. So if you do choose these, you need to keep your default bid very low, something like 2 cents, 5 cents, and keep a close eye on it. But it's not something I've actually tried using. The one I have tried is the individual products. Amazon may suggest you some books for you. In this case it hasn't. So you could go and search for them, and you could search for them by putting in your keyword like mileage logbook or whatever your book is, and it will give you a list of books that you want to target or that you could target. Now if you do go over to Amazon.com, this is another way to do it, is to put in mileage logbook and then look through what books appear. Now I like to choose books that are popular, have got reasonable reviews and low bestsellers ranks, i.e. those that are ranking highly on the page. I don't want to target books that are ranking on page 5, 6, 7 because you're not going to get many impressions. You want to go for those popular books that are similar to yours, and you want your ads to appear on those books. So for instance, this is probably one that we'd look at. This is an independently published one, which means it's published by KDP. So it's a very similar book to the one we're going to be advertising. And you can just copy the ASIN number or make a note of it. And then we'd go down. Here's another one ranking on the first page. again, this one looks like the one we'd maybe target. And I'll show you where the ads appear. If I click on one of these books, and then if we scroll down, we can see these items here. And these are sponsored products related to this item. And these are ads that other people are paying for. So when they appear like this, that's called an impression. If someone clicks on them, then you get a click and you'll have to pay for that. So you want to go for those popular books. And so you could just get the ASIN numbers and enter them into the list like so. Or, as I said before, you can just click on search. There's one of the books that we saw, so you could click on that to target and just work your way down. Problem is with this list, it doesn't necessarily tell you where they're actually ranking on Amazon, and I only like to pick those books that are ranking highly on Amazon. So that's one we picked, and you can see here if we scroll down, it's got the book there. It's got the suggested bid, and you notice these are a bit lower than the previous keyword bids. And this is our default bid, 20 cents. So you can keep it at that, or you might say, okay, we'll go for the suggested bid. And then down here, as I mentioned earlier, you can add the custom text ad, the best mileage logbook in the world, blah, blah, blah. And I forgot to mention, you've got this negative product targeting. So similar to the negative keyword targeting, you can put in ASIN numbers of books that you don't want your ads to appear on. So that will more be the case that you've decided you're going to put your ads on some particular books, but you're getting impressions, you're getting clicks, but not making any sales. Then you can go and put this in the exclude products list if that's the case, if you're losing money on those ads. And then when you scroll down, you just click on launch campaign. Then that's it. Then it's a case of keeping a close eye on those ads, monitoring them, make sure your ad spend doesn't run away with you, and also looking at that all-important ACOS figure. You want to keep it, if you're selling books like $6.99, you want to keep that at 28% and below. Obviously, if you're selling books for more, you can allow your ACOS percentage to be higher. If you're selling them less, such as $5.99, your ACOS percentage will be less for your break-even point. And yes, it's just a case of monitoring those ads, make sure they don't get away with you, looking at those keywords which are profitable. If you find you're getting impressions, clicks, not making any sales, normally, as I mentioned before, my cutoff point is if I get 10 clicks and no sales, I normally kill that ad. What I'll do is I'll put on some manual ads on the book that I put the auto ads on, and then in a few weeks we'll come back to it, or in a couple of weeks, and look at the figures and show you what I'm doing. But what I aim to do is, if I've got a list of keywords, is basically cut those keywords out and just leave a few really focused keywords that my book's getting impressions for, getting clicks and getting sales, and leave those running for a while, and then monitor the book in the Amazon organic rankings by putting my a targeted keyword in the search box and seeing where my book appears. And once it starts appearing high up, particularly if you're at in the top 5 or so, you may then want to consider stopping those ads and seeing if you continue making organic sales. But we'll review that as the time goes on. So that's it for now. It's quite a long video. There's always a lot to cover with these Amazon ads videos. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not, give it a thumbs down, and also make sure you hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell. And until next time, goodbye.